Hello, hello! Pete's Packs here, and we're back with something a little unusual. Well, this is technically a Magic product. It's called Unsanctioned. It was a board game for, I think, 2 players that uses cards from, it was one of the unsets. I know it wasn't unglued. No, I don't think it was unhinged. It may have just been cards from Unstable, but I do know it has premium foil versions of the lands from Unstable. So I think that's what they are. UND. Not sure. Yeah, pretty sure that's Unstable. Because I think this predates Infinity. But we're going to open this up and take a look at it. And see what and all is inside. So there are real Magic cards in here. This was sold as a 2-player game. I believe it also has some exclusive tokens as well. We're going to open this up and take a look at it. Get ready for the fight. Welcome to the best unauthorized fight club in the multiverse. Bash Beaks with 5 30-card decks made up of classic silver-bordered sets and 16 new cards. These rules are unhinged. The stadium is unstable. Things are about to become unglued. This might actually have cards from all of those sets, now that I think about it. Because I think Alexander Clamilton was an older one. It also has 2 6-sided dice. An unruly head-to-head fight club. Woo! So let's see what's in here. Huh. Okay. That is a whole lot of box for not a whole lot of stuff. Huh. Alright. Let's put that there. Oh, we have an insert. Walk! Welcome, newcomer. I'll show you how things work around here. Trust me, you don't want to ruffle too many feathers. 1, to fight in this ring, you'll need a team. Choose any 2 of the 30-card decks and shuffle them together and into a 2-colored super deck. Okay. Your opponent does the same. Set the unused deck aside. Okay. Unsanctioned features some truly amazing basic lands that aren't part of the decks. You won't need those for this match. Slide them into your other decks, or maybe make yourself a blingy championship belt. There are also tokens and dice for you to use. Keep those handy, and let's get ready to squawk. Oh, that's cool. They actually have lists of the different decks in here. So there's 5 different decks, apparently 1 for each color. And they're apparently headed up by different characters. Huh. There's stars beside some of the cards, but then there's nothing referencing what the stars are. Oh, new cards for this release. Oh, so there's some interesting cards that are just in this. It's neat. Oh, those are pretty. All right, so let's look at what's in here. I didn't realize it came with foil lands. This is the foil plains. That is gorgeous. Now, I thought that Unhinged came with some So Unglued was the first one. Then we had Unhinged, which is back in the early 2000s, or mid 2000s. Then we had Unstable. But I thought Unstable had the borderless lands. Those are beautiful. It says 2020 on it. I know Infinity was 2022, so I'm not sure what these are. All right. And then we've got regular versions of them. Okay. We got some Beeble tokens. A whole bunch of Beeble tokens. A giant teddy bear. 3 giant teddy bears. And what are these on the back? So acorn stash, goblins, squirrels, nice, and dragons. Okay. And we have 2 really cool 6-sided dice that are on diagonals for some reason. Oh, sorry about that. I'm getting wrecked by my allergies today. All right. These are magic cards. So let's look at what's in here. All right. Pull the camera in. Refocus. That is too bright. Try refocusing again. All right. All right, so we've got Flavor Judge. 1 and a white, 2/2. For Bird Advisor, tap, choose target spell or ability that targets a permanent you control, that then ask a person outside the game if the story of what will happen makes sense. If they say no, sacrifice Flavor Judge and counter that spell or ability. Oh, okay. Notably, these borders are much more gray than silver, which is kind of strange. We have Frankie Peanuts, 2 white white. For 2/3 legendary Elephant Rogue, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may ask target player a yes or no question. If you do, that player answers the question truthfully and abides by the answer, if able, until end of turn. Oh. So this is apparently proxied over a moat, but RW03_UND. Look at me, I'm RND. Enchantment. Look at me, I'm R&D. Enters the battlefield. Yeah, it comes into play. Choose a number and a second number, 1 higher or 1 lower. And the first number, at all instances of the chosen number, permanents, spells, and cards in any zone. This is actually really hard to decipher. It does something. Look at me, I'm the DCI. That was originally in Unglued. So this is a reprint from Unglued. 5 white white sorcery. Ban a card other than a basic land for the rest of the match. All cards with that name in any zone or sideboard are removed from the match. That's great. Staying power, 2 and a white, enchantment until end of turn, and this turn effects don't end. Oh, that's great. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, this had to have been from Unstable. But I guess they did just a special uncard or unset just for these. Oh, that's cool. They've got special lands too. Sword of Dungeons and Dragons, 3 mana artifact equipment. Equipped creature gets +2/+2. And has protection from rogues and clerics. Now see, I don't understand why they couldn't have made that a real equipment. Whenever a equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, create a 4/4 gold dragon creature token with flying and roll a d20. If you roll a 20, repeat this process. There are real magic cards that are less ridiculous than this. This could have been a real thing. Oh, but Pete, silver bordered cards are real cards. No, they're not. Silver bordered cards are not legal anywhere. Except for Commander, technically. Circadian, Night Owl. Oh, that's so good. 3 white for 4/4 legendary creature Bird Knight. Night lifelink. Damage dealt by knights you control also causes you to gain that much life. White Circadian gains vigilance until end of turn. Activate this ability only from sunrise to sunset. Black Circadian gains flying until end of turn. Activate this ability only from sunset to sunrise. That's so good. Adorable Kitten. Host creature, cat. What's funny is they effectively ended up creating the same mechanic with is it Merge? It's the thing from Ikoria. I can't remember the name of the wasn't Meld. It was the thing where you could staple creatures together. Which really wasn't that long after this set. But Adorable Kitten, for white, you get a 1/1 cat. When this creature enters the battlefield or roll a 6-sided die, you gain life equal to the result, depending on which part you staple onto it. We have AWOL, which is absent without leave, for those of you that don't know what that means. 2 and a white, instant, exile target attacking creature, then remove it from the game. Then put it into the absolutely removed from the freaking game forever zone. Oh, that's great. MC, 2 and a white, for 0/1, creature, human rogue. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may stand up and say you may stand up and say in a deep, booming voice, "Presenting!" in that creature's name. If you do, put a +1/+1 counter on that creature. Nice. Go to jail! White, and for a white, you get an enchantment. When Go to Jail enters the battlefield, exile target creature an opponent controls until Go to Jail leaves the battlefield. Beginning of your upkeep, if the exiled creature's owner, that player... at the beginning of the upkeep of the exiled creature's or card's owner, that player rolls 2 6-sided dice. If they roll double, sacrifice Go to Jail. See, this could also be a real card now. Because Magic Design has gotten ridiculous in the 3 years since this was printed. Humming. Creature, bird. Flying. Whenever you attack with 2 or more creatures, comma, and then it's whatever the rest of that is. Then augment, 3 and a white. 3 and a white, reveal this card from your hand, combine it with target host, augment only as a sorcery. And it gets +2/+3. Knight of the Hokey Pokey. This was also from Unglued. I actually have some Knight of the Hokey Pokeys laying around somewhere. But white, you get a 2/2 creature knight with first strike. 1 and a white, do the Hokey Pokey. Prevent all damage a source of your choice would deal to Knight of the Hokey Pokey this turn. To do the Hokey Pokey, choose an arm, a leg, or your whole self, and put it in. Put it out. put it in, shake it all about. You do the hokey pokey, turn yourself around. And that's what it's all about. I really should read the flavor text on these. Old Guard. Hey, it's me. 1 and a white for a 2/1 artifact creature, cyborg soldier. White, tap. Tap target creature without reminder text. Reminder text is any italicized text in parentheses that explains rules you already know. You say you're capable of flying. You got any proof of that? Ordinary Pony. 2 and a white for a 2/3 host creature horse. Left side says whenever this creature enters the battlefield. Right side says you may exile target non-horse creature you may exile target non-horse creature you control that wasn't put onto the battlefield with this ability this turn. Then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Okay. That's entirely so it doesn't go infinite. Paper Tiger. This is part of the amazing cycle of Scissor Lizard, Paper Tiger, and Rock Lobster that are also used for a magic mini game of rock, paper, scissors, which is an alternate method of determining who goes first. And is very fun. But 4 mana artifact creature cat, that's a 4/3. Creatures named Rock Lobster can't attack or block. See, this also could have reasonably been a real card, but when this was printed, the Magic designers had some sense and taste and class. So, the flavor text is the tiger is always quick to fold. With Strutting Turkey, 3 and a white for 2/2, host creature bird. Left side, whenever this creature enters the battlefield. Right side, exile target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard. If it has augment, combine it with a host you control. Otherwise, put it onto the battlefield. That could be really cool. Underdome. Okay, it's a land. Taps for colorless. Tap, add 1 mana of any color. Spend this mana only to play silver-bordered costs. In that battleground of a ring, the rules aren't nearly so black and white. That's funny. Then we have some really cool planes. I think they're all the same. Oh. There's 10 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of them. So you actually get a reasonable 24 lands when you combine 2 of these. That's cool. Alright. On to the blue one. We have Alexander Clamilton. I'm not sure if they had done a play about Hamilton yet at that point, but very funny either way. I think this actually predates the play Alexander Hamilton, but I could be wrong. But Alexander Clamilton, 2 and a blue for 0/4, legendary creature, Clamfolk Advisor Rebel. Whenever you cast a wordy spell, scry 2. A spell is wordy if it has 4 or more lines of rules text. 1 and a red, tap, choose target creature you don't control. Reveal the top card of your library. Alexander Clamilton gets +X+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of lines of rules text of the revealed card. Alexander Clamilton fights that creature. That's funny. Avatar of Me. 2 blue for an XX avatar. The spell costs 1 less to cast for each 10 years you've been alive. Hey! Avatar of Me's power is equal to your height and feet, and its toughness is equal to your American shoe size, round to the nearest half. Avatar of Me is the color of your eyes. Okay. So I guess it's a brown creature. Bob, Bevy of Beebles. 3 blue for a legendary Planeswalker BOB. As Bevy of Beebles enters the battlefield, create 4 1/1 blue Beeble creature tokens. The number of loyalty counters on Bob is equal to the number of Beebles you control. Create or sacrifice Beebles whenever Bob gains or loses loyalty. Oh, that is... See, this could actually be a real card. It's the worst part. +1, up to X target Beebles can't be blocked this turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. -1, draw a card. This is less ridiculous than some actual Planeswalkers that we have. That should tell you something. Chicken a la King. 1 blue for a 2/2 bird 2/2 bird creature. Whenever a 6 is rolled on a 6-sided die, put a +1/+1 counter on each bird. You may roll dice only when instructed to. Tap an untapped bird you control. Roll a 6-sided die. Like now. During the Chicken Revolution, the king managed to keep his head while the others, well, just ran around. Running around like a chicken with your head cut off. That's funny. Johnny, combo player. That's actually me. This was from Unhinged. Pretty sure. It looks like all the cards that are actually on here are from around that era, too. Because I see a grinding station, I see a mirror retriever, I see a mirror retriever. That looks like Faithless Looting, but I'm not 100% sure. That's Crack Clan Ironworks. That looks like Genesis Chamber? Not entirely sure. Oh, it actually tells you the cards on there. Oh boy. Johnny Combo Player, 2 blue for a 1/1 legendary creature, human gamer. 4, search your library for a card. Put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. Just wait till I get my Crack Clan Ironworks, Genesis Chamber, and Grinding Station. Oh yeah, and a second Mirror Retriever. So what's the 6th card? That just looks like Faithless Looting. That is Faithless Looting. I don't think Faithless Looting had been printed yet. That would be a neat Easter egg if that were the case. Richard Garfield, PhD. No, I know this was an Unhinged. See, I actually have a copy of that. But 3 blue for a 2/2 legendary creature, human designer. You may play cards as though they were other cards of your choice with the same mana cost. You can't choose the same card twice. Mana costs include color. And yea, he doth spake, let there be magic. In case you didn't know, Richard Garfield was the creator of Magic. Water Gun Balloon Game. 2-mana artifact. As Water Gun Balloon Game enters the battlefield, each player puts a pop counter on 0. Whenever a player casts a spell, move the player's pop counter up 1. Whenever a player's pop counter hits 5, that player creates a 5/5 pink giant teddy bear creature token and resets all pop counters to 0. That's cool. That could almost be a real card too. Carnivorous Death Parrot. 1 in a blue, 2/2 bird. With flying, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Carnivorous Death Parrot unless you say its flavor text. Save a kill spell to deal with this guy. That's the flavor text. Cheaty Face. Unknown, blue. For a 2/2 creature, Efreet. If Cheaty Face is in your hand, you may sneak Cheaty Face onto the battlefield. If an opponent catches you right away, that player may exile Cheaty Face. Flying. Common Courtesy. 2 blue, enchantment. Whenever a player casts a spell without asking your permission while casting it, counter that spell. When a player asks you permission to cast a spell and you refuse, counter that spell and sacrifice common courtesy. You didn't say the magic word. Magic word. Oh, that's funny. 2 and a blue, enchantment aura. Enchant creature as magic word enters the battlefield. Choose a word. Whisper the chosen word. Tap target. Tap enchanted creature. Oh, that's funny. That's too funny. Man. 4 and a blue for a 3/3 host creature, human fish. Left side, when this creature enters the battlefield. Right side, you may draw a card. Rings a bell. 2 blue, enchantment. As Rings a Bell enters the battlefield, you may choose a word with 4 or more letters. After you say the chosen word for the first time each turn, an opponent may ring or imitate a bell within 5 seconds. When no opponent does, draw a card. Ding, ding, ding. That's the thing. Then we have Rock Lobster. Rock Lobster! 4 mana, 4/3 artifact creature Lobster. Creature's name Scissor Lizard, can't attack or block. Many take the lobster for granite. I love puns. I'm out. 4 and a blue, instant. Roll a 6-sided die. Put target non-land permanent into its owner's library, just beneath the top X cards of that library, where X is the result. See, this could legitimately just be a regular Magic card. So that is a thing. Wait, what? It's actually printed upside down. That is so good. Topsy-turvy, 2 and a blue, enchantment. The phases of each player's turns are reversed. Oh my god. The phases are, in reverse order, ending, post-combat main, combat, pre-combat main, and beginning. As long as there are more than 2 players in the game, the turn order is reversed. Here on going is heck the what? Obviously reversed. It's what the heck is going on here. Here on going is the heck what? That's so good. Wall of Fortune, 1 and a blue for 0/4 artifact creature Wall. Defender, you may tap an untapped wall you control to have any player reroll a die that player rolled. You need a 6? Alright everyone, she needs a 6. Underdome. Tap for a colorless, tap for 1 mana of any color, spend it only to play silver bordered cards. In that battle round of a ring, the rules aren't nearly so black and white. The Underdome. That is a creature of some kind, and I'm not sure what it is. It looks like a squirrel. Oh, that's a squirrel! The island is a squirrel! But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 squirrely islands. This is fun. All right. On to the black deck. See, I'd been putting this off for a long time because it felt like it was just too silly. This is fun. I'm genuinely having a great time with this. A Cornelia, fashionable filcher. Filcher? Oh, someone that steals. Okay. 3 and a black for 3/3 legendary creature squirrel. Whenever you cast a spell with a squirrel in its art, you get an acorn counter. Whenever a squirrel you control enters the battlefield or dies, you get an acorn counter. 2 and a black, pay X acorn. Target creature gets -X until end of turn. Green, pay X acorn. Target creature gets +X till end of turn. See, now this could reasonably be a real card, with the way they've been designing things. So, enter the dungeon. Black sorcery. No, oddly enough, since this was printed, that has become a real thing. Granted, I think it's venture into the dungeon, but players play a magic sub-game under the table, starting at 5 life and using their libraries as their decks. The winner searches their library for 2 cards, puts those cards into their hand, then shuffles their library. So it's Scheherazade in black. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you are young. Infernal Spawn of Evil. 6 black for 7/7 creature. Demon. Now scrub that beast. Flying. First strike. 1/0 black. Reveal Infernal Spawn of Evil from your hand. Say, it's coming. Infernal Spawn of Evil deals 1 damage to target opponent or planeswalker. Activate only during your upkeep and only once each turn. Oddly enough, when this was first printed, planeswalkers didn't exist yet. So this has been errated. Infernal Spawn of Evil. Oh, I'm so happy they put those 2 together. 8 black for an 8/8 creature demon child. And it has beast crossed out. Flying, first strike, trample. Once each turn, while you're searching your library, you may pay 1 and a black. Reveal Infernal Spawn of Evil from your library and say, I'm coming too. If you do, Infernal Spawn of Evil deals 2 damage to a player of your choice. Oh, that's so silly. I love it. Infernus Spawnington III Esquire. 10 and a black for a 9/9 creature. They have Demon Beast crossed out, and it says Beast Demon. They just reversed it. Grandchild. Flying, first strike, trample, haste. This spell costs 3 less to cast for each card you've revealed this turn. When Infernus Spawnington III Esquire enters the battlefield, you may say, I'm here. If you do, it deals 3 damage to target player. See evil, hear evil, speak evil. Jack in the Mox. Hey! Which is, of course, a play on the Moxen and Jester's Cap, which is one of my favorite cards of all time. As an artifact, it says tap, roll a 6-sided die. This ability has the indicated effect. On a 1, you sacrifice the Jack in the Mox and you lose 1 life. On 2, you get white, 3 blue, 4, you get a black, 5, you get a red, and then 6, you get a green. Nice. Alright, we have the bat left side. Creature, bat. Flying at the beginning of each end step if an opponent lost 3 or more life this turn, comma. And then augment, 1 and a black, and it gives +1/+1. Booster Tutor. This was from the original Unglued, if I remember correctly. And that looks like Homelands. That kind of looks like Mirage, but I'm not entirely sure. That's supposed to be Urza Saga, and then beside it is Unglued. That's great. Booster Tutor for a black instant. Open a sealed magic booster pack, reveal the cards, and put 1 of them into your hand. Remove that card from your deck before beginning a new game. You saved that Urza Saga pack all these years for this? That's funny. It might have actually been from Unhinged, now that I think about it. But it is what it is. Dirty Rat. 1 and a black for a 1/1 host creature. When this creature enters the battlefield on the left, target opponent discards a card. Duh. Black instant. Destroy target creature with reminder text. Reminder text is any italicized text in parentheses that explains rules you already know. The players understand that the creature is being crushed by 2 parentheses. Not a chance. That's silly. Hoisted Hireling. He's being hoisted on his own petard. 2 and a black for a 2/1 creature zombie. Hoisted Hireling has flying as long as it's being held above the battlefield. Zarv no longer trusted the kitten posters, telling him to hang in there. Inhumaniac. 1 and a black for a 1/1 creature Brainiac. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die. On a 3 or 4, put a +1/+1 counter on Inhumaniac. On a 5 or higher, put 2 +1/+1 counters on it. On a 1, remove all +1/+1 counters from Inhumaniac. For the mind-minded mastermind. Jumbo Imp. 2 and a black for a 0/0 creature imp with flying. As it enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die. It enters the battlefield with a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the result. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die and put a number of +1/+1 counters on Jumbo Imp equal to the result. At the beginning of your end step, roll a 6-sided die and remove a number of +1/+1 counters from Jumbo Imp equal to the result. Poultrygeist. Now this I do know was from Unglued. It's actually one of my favorite cards from Unglued. But 2 and a black for a 1/1 creature bird spirit. Flying. Whenever a creature dies, you may roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 1, sacrifice Poultrygeist. Otherwise, put a +1/+1 counter on Poultrygeist. Farmer Brown never ate eggs again. Skull Saucer. 4 black for a 4/1 creature zombie head. Flying. When Skull Saucer enters the battlefield, destroy target creature and put your head on the table. Sacrifice Skull Saucer when your head stops touching the table. No body is ready for this kind of power. Snickering Squirrel with a dubious mustache. For black, you get a 1/1 creature Squirrel Advisor. You may tap Snickering Squirrel to increase the result of a die any player rolled by 1. Pairs really well with Jack in the Box. That way you can never blow up your own mocks. Stinging Scorpion. 4 and a black for a 3/2 host creature Scorpion. Left side, when this creature enters the battlefield, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. Underdome. We know what the Underdome does by now. Now we have Swamps. And there's a rat hidden in there. That's pretty cool. We got our 12 swamps. Yep, all 12. Cool. Oh, our third one is our fourth one, which is red. All right, we have Blast from the Past. Debuted Retro Frames before Retro Frames became a thing again. But 2 and a red, instant, madness, red, cycling, 1 and a red, kicker, 2 and a red, flashback, 3 and a red, buyback, 4 and a red. Blast from the Past deals 2 damage to any target. If the spell was kicked, create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. The worst part is this is just a reasonable card now. Like, this isn't even that powerful. Boom Stacker. 2 and a red for a 0/0 creature goblin artificer. As it enters the battlefield and whenever it attacks, stack 2 dice on top of it. All dice must be stacked vertically on top of one on top of another. Boom Stacker gets +1/+1 for each die in its stack. Boom Stacker attacks each combat of Fable. When the stack falls, sacrifice Boom Stacker. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. Infinity Elemental. 4 red, red, red for an Infinity 5. Creature Elemental. This creature has infinite power. It's so infinite that its flavor text says it's so infinite that its flavor text says it's so. Okay, I'm not gonna be doing that. The art is also by Seb McKinnon. That's actually really cool art. It is a fractal. Pointy Finger of Doom. 4-mana artifact with 3 tap. Spin Pointy Finger of Doom in the middle of the table so that it rotates completely at least once. Then destroy the closest permanent the finger points to. Nails and destruction on point. It's pretty great. Stet, Draconic Proofreader. 4 red, red for 4/4 legendary creature Dragon Bureaucrat. Oh no! The bureaucracy. The bureaucracy! Flying whenever Stet, Draconic Proofreader attacks, you may exile a card from your graveyard. When you do, it deals 4 damage to any target whose name begins with the same letter as the exiled card. White, delete the first letter of target permanent or player's name until the end of turn. Neat. Strategy schmategy. Of course, making fun of Wheel of Fortune, the original art for it. 1 and a red, sorcery. Roll a 6-sided die. Strategy schmategy. Has the indicated effect. 1, do nothing. Thought that was Nullrod's job. 2, destroy all artifacts. 3, destroy all lands. 4, strategy schmategy. Deals 3 damage to each creature and each player. 5, each player discards their hand and draws 7 cards. So, a sixth of the time, this is actually just Wheel of Fortune for 1 less. 6, repeat this process 2 more times. So if you keep rolling 6s, oh boy. Yet another Aether Vortex. 3 red, red, enchantment. All creatures have haste. Players play with the top cards of their library revealed. Non-instant, non-sorcery cards on top of a library are on the battlefield under their owner's control in addition to being in that library. It puts the vortex in flavor text. Huh, there is a vortex in flavor text. That's great. Oh, I love that. Abstract Iguanart. 1 and a red for a 1/1 creature art lizard. Whenever you cast a spell, note the first letter of its artist's name. If that letter wasn't already noted, put a +1/+1 counter on Abstract Iguanart. Another moving piece of art by the artist El Gecko. Common Iguana. 1 and a red for 1/3 host creature lizard. When this creature enters the battlefield, left side. Right side, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. Goblin Haberdasher. That's a fun name to say, Haberdasher. 2 and a red for a 2/2 creature Goblin Artificer? Oh, it's like an Artificer, but it's for hats. Menace. This creature can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. Other creatures you control wearing hats in their art have Menace. Now we have to get down to the definition of a hat. Is a hat just anything you wear on your head? I'll let you battle that out in the comments. Then the flavor text is an accessory in every sense of the word. Goblin SWAT. 3 and a red, creature, Goblin Warrior, 2/2. Say, Goblin SWAT Team. Put a +1/+1 counter on Goblin SWAT Team. Unless an opponent swats the table within 5 seconds. Activate this ability only once each turn. They refer to their methods as special SWAT tactics, and no one has lived to correct them. It's pretty great. Goblin Tutor. For red, you have an instant. Roll a 6-sided die. If you roll a 1, Goblin Tutor has no effect. Otherwise, search your library for the indicated card, reveal it, and put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. 2, a card named Goblin Tutor. 3, an enchantment. 4, an artifact. 5, a creature. 6, an instant or sorcery. This, even with the randomness, this could be one of the best tutors ever printed. Krark's Other Thumb, because as you may know, Krark's Thumb is an actual magic card. 2-mana legendary artifact. If you would roll a die, instead roll 2 of those dice and ignore one of those results. Krark's Thumb is if you would flip a coin, instead flip 2 coins and ignore 1. Krark was the kind of goblin who'd lose his thumb in a wager and come right back with double or nothing. That's so good. Paniac. See, some people just call that a good time. 2 and a red for a 0/3 creature Brainiac. At the beginning of your upkeep, roll a 6-sided die. Paniac gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the result. Again, a card that could be a real magic card now. Then we have Scissors Lizard. There he is. But 4 mana for a 4/3 artifact creature Lizard. Creatures named Paper Tiger can't attack or block. Nothing beats the lizard's sheer power. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad I hate it, but I also love it. That's so good. And so bad at the same time. Almost as bad as this one. 6E Beast. 3 and a red for a 0/0 creature beast. As 6E Beast enters the battlefield, you may secretly put 6 or fewer +1/+1 counters on it. Then an opponent guesses the number of counters. That player guesses right, sacrifice 6E Beast after it enters the battlefield. Flavor text, is it 6? Super Duper Death Ray. 2 and a red, instant. Trample. This spell can deal excess damage to its target's controller. That is kind of an effect that is real now. On a couple of different cards. Super Duper Death Ray deals 4 damage to target creature. Coming through. Underdome. Right. We have our mountains, and I suspect there is a creature hidden in this, but I do not see what it is. So, but it is Rob Alexander art, and that he does beautiful landscapes. All right. Oh, this video is going way longer than I ever meant it to, but it's all right. We're doubling down on the long videos. Long videos forever. All right, now we have Bingo. 1 and a green for a 1/1 creature hound. Trample. Whenever a player casts a spell, put a chip counter on its converted mana cost. Bingo gets +9/+9 for each of the 3 numbers, or for each set of 3 numbers in a row with chip counters on them. There was a farmer, had a hound. That's great. Old Fogey. I feel attacked. Green for a 7/7 summon dinosaur. Phasing, cumulative upkeep 1, echo, fading 3, bans with other dinosaurs, protection from Hummerits, snow-covered planeswalk, flanking, rampage 2. The worst part is I know what all of those are. These kids today with their collector numbers and their newfangled tap symbol, 20 black lotuses and plenty plague rats. Now that's real magic. Oh god, I sound like that sometimes, don't I? It's alright. Pippa, Duchess of Dice. 2 and a green for 2/2 legendary creature, human noble. 2 and a green tap, roll a 6-sided die. It becomes a green die creature token with power and toughness equal to its result. 2 and a blue, reroll any die. Activate this ability only any time it makes sense. When it came to following her orders, it was a do and die. She's got little soldiers that are dice. That's great. Squirrel Farm. Squirrel Farm. 2 and a green, enchantment. 1 and a green, reveal a card in your hand, covering the artist's credit. Target opponent guesses the artist. If they guess wrong, create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. And the ignorant shall fall to the squirrels. Chip. 254. Yep. Surgeon General. Commander. I love that sign. I kind of want it. 3 and a green for a 3/3 legendary creature, Wombat Bat Chameleon. That is a thing. Whenever you augment, enchant, or mutate a creature you control, draw a card. Mutate! That was the word. Or that was the key word. Okay. Draw a card. Tap, add white, blue, black, red, or green. Likes, augmentation, fluffy animals, creative templating. Oh. So bad. Timmy, Power Gamer. Did we not have Spike? Was Spike not in the black ones? Timmy, Power Gamer. 2 black, or 1/1 legendary creature, human gamer. 4, you may put a creature card from your hand onto the battlefield. Just wait till I get my Gigantosaurus. Oh no. Who, what, when, where, and why? Who? Instant. X and a white. Target player gains X life. What? 2 and a red. Instant. Destroy target artifact. When? 2 and a blue. Instant. Counter target creature spell. Where? 3 and a black. Instant. Destroy target land. Why? 1 and a green. Instant. Destroy target enchantment. The worst part is if this were a real card, I would play it. I would genuinely play this card. Bronze Calendar. Because it's a colander. There's an actual card called Bronze Calendar. This is Bronze Colander. But 4-mana artifact. Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. You must speak in a voice other than your normal voice. When you speak in your normal voice, sacrifice Bronze Colander. Every page holds a month, every date a numeral. Oh, that's so bad. Elvish Impersonator. 3 and a green for an XX creature, Elves. As Elvish Impersonator enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die twice. Its base power becomes the first result, its base toughness becomes the second result. Oh. That's the flavor text. Entirely normal armchair. Artifact. During your turn, if entirely normal armchair is in your hand, you may hide it on the battlefield. 0. Return entirely normal armchair to its owner's hand. Only an opponent may activate this ability, and only if they see entirely normal armchair. 2. Sacrifice entirely normal armchair. Destroy target attacking creature. Free range chicken. This was a lot funnier when this card was originally printed. But 3 and a green for a 3/3 bird. 1 and a green. Roll 2 6-sided dice. If both results are the same, free range chicken gets +X/+X until end of turn. Where X is that result. If the total of those results is equal to any other total you have rolled this turn for this ability, sacrifice it. For example, if you roll 2 3s, it gets +3/+3. If you roll a 4 and a 2 for this ability later that turn, sacrifice it. Yep. Growth Spurt. 1 and a green, instant. Roll a 6-sided die. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is a result. More to Love. Friendly, nature-loving, Bunyan-esque SCM seeks single elf male, I think. Seeks SEF, single elf female, looking for a looking for a huge commitment. So silly. Half squirrel, half blank. Creature squirrel. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield, augment for a green. -1, -0. Mother kangaroo. 4 and a green for a 1/1 host creature kangaroo. When this creature enters the battlefield, roll a 6-sided die. Put a number of +1/+1 counters on this creature equal to the result. Slaying Manta. Oh, it's so good. 5 green for a 6/6 creature, insect wrestler. Just a second. As long as the spell is on the stack, players can't move cards on the battlefield. Slaying Mantis enters the battlefield by being thrown from a distance of at least 3 feet. When Slaying Mantis enters the battlefield, it fights each creature an opponent controls that it touched as it entered. Spirit of the Season. 1 green for a 3/3 creature Treefolk Spirit. When Spirit of the Season enters the battlefield, it gains haste if it's summer, put a +1/+1 counter on it if it's autumn. You gain 5 life if it's winter. If it's spring, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. Summoned for all the wrong seasons. Oh, it's so bad. Wild Crocodile. 1 and a green for a 1/1 host creature crocodile. When this creature enters the battlefield, search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle your library. And then the Underdome. And we have a forest. There's a squirrel. Right there, squirrel. Yeah, we have our 12 forests. All right. Well, that was way more fun than I thought than I ever thought it was going to be. As always, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you for joining me on this adventure through Unhinged. Or not Unhinged, Unsanctioned. It's actually its own thing for this head-to-head fight club. This is silly and fun, and I kind of love it. When this came out, I bought a whole bunch of them and just shoved them in a closet, and this is actually the first time I've even opened them. So that was a few years ago now. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what was your favorite thing? What kind of fun, silly stuff do you like? It seems goofy, but you just like it anyway. I really want to know. But until next time, stay awesome. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.